We're here at the Bronx Documentary Center at the opening of the gallery Seis del Sur, where 6 Bronx photographers share the story of their lives through the lens of their camera. Come on in, let's check it out.
Cuidado que por ahí vienen los anormales.
Los Seis del Sur, or 6 from the South, are 6 photographers that lived in the Bronx in the 80s. They had been taking photographs of the Bronx community throughout the past 30 years. They did not know each other, but later found out that they were doing the same thing at the same time.
It was about 3 years ago at an exhibition that I had in Hunter College. We all got together and decided, like, wow, we were shooting the same thing, maybe weeks, months apart. At the same time, we should do a show together. And it took 3 years, and we're here.
It seems fitting that it takes place in a center, this particular gallery, Bronx Documentary Center, that kind of supports and develops young and growing photographers and journalists. And it was meant to be here, and that's that's the genesis of how we came together as a group as well. We were meant to be together. We were meant to do this show, and it was meant to happen in this place and time.
It's like a romance. You have 6 people of different ages, weights. We're all Puerto Rican, but we still have different backgrounds in terms of community and family, and how that vision came together. And it has a cohesiveness to it. It all works the images all work together.
Together, it tells another side of the story of the South Bronx. Everybody knows the story of the Bronx is burning, and we have those pictures too. But while the Bronx is burning, other things are going on too. And I think what our pictures together do is present the narrative of how this borough survived, and not only survived, but moved forward eventually, because the seeds of our rebirth are visible in these pictures.
Seeing it all come together, that's our life back there, that's our story, that's our comunidad, nuestra gente. So it's something that's pretty phenomenal to see now today compiled in this manner.
It comes at a time when each of us was going through very critical stages in our lives in terms of our health, personal problems, emotional problems, and to finally see that this has come together and culminated the way it beautifully has, and thanks to the Bronx Documentary Center.
We're thrilled to be able to sort of create the space for that dialogue. Basically you give people a place to come together and have a discussion and look at images. I mean, these images were all sitting in boxes. These were negatives that nobody had seen for 30 years, and to get them out and put them in a place where people can look at them and have a discussion about them, it makes us really happy.
Hundreds of people from the community came out to the gallery. The crowd quickly bonded as they shared stories with each other about growing up in the South Bronx.
It's wonderful to see it represented. It's wonderful to see these 6 photographers that were able to really capture this history. This history is not taught in the schools. No one knows about it. So we need more exhibitions like this. We need more people to bring out their stuff so we can know what that history is.
It's really good to see this, because being from Chicago originally, some of these pictures even relate to me not being from New York City. So it's good to look back and see, how life was back in the day and how it actually is now.
The afternoon was full of surprises. One woman even found out she was featured in one of the photographs.
My other friend had a poster. He says, Myrna, is this you? He texted. I'm like, yeah, that's me. He's like, you're in a poster and you're in flyers. They're going to do this whole exhibition. I was like, oh my God. So my husband came here. He met with Mike. And Mike says, oh my God, we were told that she's no longer living. And I was like, oh my God. So I called him like, what did I die from?
The photographs together tell the story of the Bronx as it was in that era.
Our people during that time were looked upon as people that weren't doing for themselves because the Bronx was in a bad state. But people were raising families in the South Bronx. My mother was a single parent, and she raised me, under those conditions. And I think all the more proud for them to be, because they persevered. They had the tenacity to do what a lot of people do with more resources, and they still did it, and the Bronx is still standing there today, and we can be proud of that.
It could be a dangerous place at times and had quite the reputation, but at the end of the day, it was their home, and they captured the joy and the essence of family that was and continues to be a part of the Bronx.
Other parts of the Bronx are going through hell, We're still going through hell, and how are we going to go about changing it? And I hope that they come to this gallery and get that feeling and begin to change from here out.
Bronx is a beautiful place. I'm not saying we're just talking about good stuff, because if you look at our pictures, you'll see some rough stuff too. The important thing to take away from this is that even when things are rough, people are still living normal lives, or trying to. And the fact is that even when we were at our worst, we were also in some ways at our best.
The people of the Bronx say they feel nostalgia. As they look at these photographs, they are reminded of the Bronx they all know and love. For BronxNet, this is Issa Marie Cervera.